At the captain's order, 5 missiles were launched in an instant. Just a moment ago, the enemies took control of all the factory employees to capture the man. To rescue the hostages, the man quickly took down the guards outside, then jumped through the window into the room. At the same time, he grabbed a piece of glass shard and took out a guard in an instant. Then with a hard swing, another guard was killed on the spot. After that, he opened the door. His companions brought weapons and body armor. The 3 rushed out, forming a temporary 3-person team to fight back against the mercenaries outside. Then each of the 3 picked up a rocket launcher and aimed at the enemies. With the sound of an explosion, the 3 achieved victory. Soon after, the rescue helicopter arrived at the scene. The man arranged for the hostages to board the helicopter and retreat. As the rescue helicopter slowly took off, it was hit by a missile on its tail. The helicopter lost balance in an instant. They had no choice but to land. Fortunately, everyone only suffered minor injuries. At this moment, several tanks broke through the wall and entered. All the survivors hid in the underground warehouse. The 3 were also injured while protecting the hostages. The man was pinned under a steel plate. Everyone was praying for a miracle to happen. The man took out his phone, filmed the video of the mercenaries harming civilians and sent it to the captain. With this evidence of the enemy's crimes, the captain finally received the order from the chief to launch missiles. Countless missiles flew towards the enemies in an instant. While the man escaped from under the steel plate, he was sneak attacked by a mercenary. Luckily, the shot hit his body armor, but the powerful impact made his whole body ache. He pulled out the bullet from his body, only to find that this bullet was exactly the same as the one he wore around his neck. It turned out that 2 years ago, his fiancée was unfortunately attacked while on a mission, leaving only a bullet with patterns. To find the murderer who killed his fiancée, he had been wearing this bullet around his neck. To avenge his fiancée, he frantically vented his anger on the enemy who killed her, but was sneak attacked by the opponent with a hidden weapon and stabbed in the waist. He used his head to knock the opponent away, but the opponent's counterattack made him spit out a lot of blood. Before he could react, he was stabbed in the chest with a dagger by the enemy. Hearing the enemy's provocative words, the man endured the pain and tried his best to fight back. Took the bullet from around his neck and stabbed it hard into the opponent's main artery. At this moment, the face of his fiancée appeared in his mind. After 2 years, today he finally avenged his fiancée. When he woke up, he was already lying in a woman's arms. The car was full of fellow refugees. Just then the car suddenly stopped. Everyone stood up in confusion to check. It turned out that the area ahead was a war zone. Everyone fell into panic again. Next, the man did an unexpected action. He held up the national flag with one hand and threw away all his guns and weapons. Then the convoy moved forward slowly. The soldiers ahead saw the national flag the man was holding, removed the obstacles on the road and let their vehicles pass. Finally, they passed through the war zone smoothly. How lucky we are to be born in a peaceful country, far away from wars and gunsmoke.